Mike Wallace has had an extremely slow start to the 2017 season. Through 3 games, Wallace has 3 receptions for 21 yards, according to ESPN. Below is a quick recap of his season. Thus far, Week 1 Joe Flacco had great protection and elected to throw it short. However, Mike Wallace was going to be open in about 1 second. The Bengals defender took a poor angle and Wallace could have scored a touchdown. This is another poor decision from Flacco. Wallace was not wide open, but he was in single coverage. Brescia Perryman was covered, and the safety was on his side to help. Wallace was covered well on this play. This is an interesting play. I showed both angles, above and below, to show what could have been. If Marshall Yanda was not completely beat on this play, Flacco had Wallace open deep down the field. Look on the top right corner on the clip below. Again, Wallace was open, but the protection collapsed and Flacco was unable to deliver Wallace to football. This was his only catch of the game. Wallace made a great move to the inside and found a soft spot in the zone. Week 2 This is a play Baltimore runs a lot. Flacco will roll to his right and have 3 targets to choose from, 1 short, 1 intermediate and 1 deep. Wallace is open here, but Flacco elects to check it down to Benjamin Watson. It would have been a somewhat tough throw for Flacco to make. The safe choice was to throw it to Watson. This was Wallace's only catch of this game. Wallace is completely covered here. Wallace had some separation but he quit on the route, and the throw was extremely inaccurate. Once again, Wallace was covered on this play. The throw was late, and the Browns cornerback jumped the route well. Week 3 Wallace was open, but the throw was completely inaccurate. Wallace was unable to create any separation on this play and Flacco went elsewhere with the ball. An interesting route by Wallace. He completely stops his route and then he takes off down the field. He was open, but Flacco did not have any time to deliver him the football. Wallace was well covered on this play and Flacco had nowhere to go. Wallace began to get open once Flacco started to scramble, but the poor protection doomed this play from the beginning. Wallace is completely covered on this play. He was unable to get any sort of separation. The pass was late and inaccurate. Jalen Ramsey made a great play on the ball. Wallace beat the coverage, but the pass was inaccurate. Final take: one of the biggest storylines this season has been the lack of production from all of the Ravens wide receivers. Mike Wallace has been put under a microscope, in particular, because of what he showed last season. Based on the film, it appears Joe Flacco, Mike Wallace and the offensive line all play an equal part in the lack of production. The blockers needs to protect Flacco better. In turn, Flacco needs to deliver more accurate on-time passes. In addition, Mike Wallace needs to get open more. Several of the clips above show his inability to create consistent separation. Will Mike Wallace break loose against his former team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, in Week 4?